Hello everyone, I'm Mixing. Welcome to Unit 2. The lesson today is Unit 3e-3f, Writing and Listening. We start with Unit 3, Writing Quick Communication. It specifies that you're writing notes and messages. So, when we use notes and messages, we use them to tell information in short form and in situations that require quick communication, such as thanking, apologizing, giving travel information, suggesting a time and place, giving messages from someone else. So now we will look at some examples. Thanking. Thanks for getting tickets. Here's the money. Apologizing. Sorry, bus late. We'll be 15 minutes late. Giving travel information. Train leaves platform 6. Suggesting a time and place. Meet outside airport at 2, okay? Giving messages from someone else. Trivial code. Call him back. 07709865585. Now we will do writing in note form. In this example you have seen, there are some elements are removed. The first one is articles. The second one is pronouns, I, me. The third one is auxiliary verbs. Last one is polite forms. Would you like to, or can we? So we will take a close look at some examples. In this note, there is no article on heading. Please, thank you. The pronouns. In these messages, there are no pronoun I at the beginning of the sentence. And auxiliary verb. No auxiliary verbs will be in this note. Polite form. In this message, we cannot find polite form. Can we? We move to the practice part. We write these sentences as short messages. First sentence, I'm sorry, but I stuck in a traffic jam. I will see you in a half an hour. So we will reduce I and but I will, and a half an hour. Those are noun and auxiliary verb. So this sentence will become a short message like, sorry, stuck in traffic jam. See you in 30 minutes. The second sentence, thank you for your booking train tickets. I pay you when we meet at station. So we will reduce you, thank you, your, I'll, and when we meet, the sentence will become shorter. Thanks for booking train tickets. Pay you at station. The sentence number 3. My flight is an hour late. We meet at arrival terminal at 5 o'clock. So we reduce my is, me, o'clock. Those are also the pronoun and auxiliary verb. So the sentence becomes flight late 1 hour. Meet at arrival terminals at 5. So that's it for writing notes and messages. I have put extra exercise on LMS. All of you will go there to finish for ongoing assessment. Now we continue with Unit 3F with listening lesson in the railways. To make it easy for you, we start with some vocabularies. First one, those are the person who hire you for a job and pay salary for you. We call them employer. Employer. Next one. Those people are all the workers employed in an organization considered as a group. Sometimes they are not paid. We call them staff. Staff. Next one. Those are all people who work for a particular company or in an area or in a country. We call them workforce. Workforce. Next, you see, this is a very beautiful view and it's from a countryside. We can call it a rural. Next one. How do you feel when you see this outstanding view? That's an impressive. Next one. Those are the people who live in the village, and we call them villager. And it's quite familiar with you, the road for train. We call it track. We see a time, usually twice a day. The roads are full of traffic and the trains are crowded. We call this rush hour. The last one, those are the people on the train or car, bus or ship. They are not working on these vehicles. We call them passenger. So now we will review again those words. Employer, staff, workforce, track, rural, impressive, villager, rush hour, passenger. And now we move to the listening part. So, with this task, you will work in pairs, think about Indian railways, and choose the option you think correct. Then, watch the video and check. Number 1. Every day, approximately 200,000 or 2 million passengers pass through Mumbai train station. Number 2. There are over 2 billion or 1 billion people in India. Number 3. The British built the railways in India in the 18th or 19th century. Number 4. There are over 38,000 or 3,800 miles railway take in India. Number 5. The Grand Trunk Express has traveled through India since 1939 or 1929. Number 6. India's railways carry 4 billion or 4 million passengers every year. Number 7. India's railways employ 100,000 or 1.5 million staff. So now you will watch the video and check.
At the Victoria Terminus in Mumbai, India, it always seems to be rush hour. Every day, some 2 million passengers pass through this train station. Coming into Mumbai is often a very intense commute. But in this country of over 1 billion people, the best way to get from point A to B is by riding the rails. In India, the railways are a legacy of British rule. Since the first steam beast rolled down its track in 1853, the Indian railway system has expanded to cover over 38,000 miles of track. Many of the trains still carry stately names, like the Himalayan Queen and Grand Trunk Express, which has traveled nearly the length of the country since 1929. Major cities tend to feed the bulk of India Railway's 4 billion passengers a year, but even rural villagers are rarely more than a day's walk from a station. With over 1.5 million people on staff, India's railways are the world's largest employer. From the Indian Railways Minister down to the key man who makes sure every inch of track is sturdy, the vast workforce keeps this sprawling system running. The railway stations are often a swirling mix of people: hawkers, porters, and the occasional performance artists vie for travelers' attention and money. But the railway is more than just a way to get around. It is a microcosm of India itself. In the 3-tier berths of second class, people from all over the country, from different classes and cultural backgrounds, find a place to mix. They talk, play games, and tell stories. For travelers, no matter what their destination, the Indian railways are their own adventure.
Lesson number 1. I see 2 million passengers pass through Mumbai train station. Sentence number 3. There are over 1 billion people in India. Sentence number 3. The British built the railway in India in 19th century. Sentence number 4. There are over 38,000 miles railway track in India. Sentence number 5. The Grand Trunk Express has traveled through India since 1929. Sentence number 6. India's railways carry 4 billion passengers every year. Sentence number 7. India's railways had employed 1.5 million staff. Okay, so now you will watch the video again and answer the questions. Number 1. When did the first steam train run in India? Number 2. Is it easy for everyone in India to get to the railway station? Number 3. What is the key man's job? Number 4. Who tries to get travelers' attention and money at Indian railway stations? Number 5. What do passengers do on the trains?
At the Victoria Terminus in Mumbai, India, it always seems to be rush hour. Every day, some 2 million passengers pass through this train station. Coming into Mumbai is often a very intense commute. But in this country of over 1 billion people, the best way to get from point A to B is by riding the rails. In India, the railways are a legacy of British rule. Since the first steam beast rolled down its track in 1853, the Indian railway system has expanded to cover over 38,000 miles of track. Many of the trains still carry stately names, like the Himalayan Queen and Grand Trunk Express, which has traveled nearly the length of the country since 1929. Major cities tend to feed the bulk of India Railway's 4 billion passengers a year, but even rural villagers are rarely more than a day's walk from a station. With over 1.5 million people on staff, India's railways are the world's largest employer. From the Indian Railways Minister down to the key man who makes sure every inch of track is sturdy, the vast workforce keeps this sprawling system running. The railway stations are often a swirling mix of people: hawkers, porters, and the occasional performance artists vie for travelers' attention and money. But the railway is more than just a way to get around. It is a microcosm of India itself. In the 3-tier berths of second class, people from all over the country, from different classes and cultural backgrounds, find a place to mix. They talk, play games, and tell stories. For travelers, no matter what their destination, the Indian railways are their own adventure.
From the video, the first steam train ran in India in 1953. Number 2. Is it easy for everyone in India to get to the railway station? Yes, it is. Number 3. What is the key man's job? He makes sure every intertrack is sturdy. Number 4. Who tries to get travelers' attention and money at Indian railway stations? They are occasional performers. Number 5. What do passengers do on the train? They talk, play games, tell stories. Okay, so that's it for our lesson today. Thank you very much for your watching. Hope you can learn some interesting points from this lesson. See you again.